Hello everybody, welcome to Paper Crafting Saturday at Dandelion Cottage, and I am Leslie Watkins. Thank you for joining me today. Let me just give a quick check to my system and make sure we're recording all right. Okay, yes, that looks good. And welcome to Paper Crafting Saturday. So today I'm going to show you how you can make a little bookmark or tag that features the new in colors. And I'm going to be using the small bloom punch to make these little flowers. And I'm also going to show you how I made the flower for this card, because a lot of people really like that and just wanted to see how I did that. So that's what we're going to do today. It's very quick and easy, and it features a lot of different punches. So you may have a lot of these punches already, or you may have a similar kind of punch, and you know, there's a lot of versatility with these punches and also with the die cut, so you may be able to get by with something else. But let me show you what it is that I am using. So first of all, I'm using the Scalloped Tag Topper Punch, and this is one of my most favorite punches. This is the one that gives you this wonderful little cutout that you can slip a ribbon through and make a bookmark with. And I use this in a lot of different ways. I use this for belly bands, I use it for ornaments at Christmas time, I use it to make bookmarks and tags. So there's a lot you can do with this one. So that is the Scalloped Tag Topper Punch. And later today, I will post below a full list of all the punches with the order numbers and everything else. So, so you come back for that later on today, and that'll be ready for you. I'm also using the small bloom punch. Now this punch is the one that was originally introduced during Celebration, which was a free item, and now it's in our annual catalog. And this is what I use to cut out all of these little shapes. Now, for a flat tag, or especially for a bookmark that you want to have nice and flat, it just makes this cute little shape. But you can use that same punch to get really great 3D effects too. Okay, so that's just multiple punches and folded up to form a beautiful little flower with a glimmer dot in the center, and I'll do that later. So this is a great punch to have. I'm also using the sprig punch. Okay, and that's the one that gives us something that looks like this. This is also a terrific punch, especially during the holidays. I use it quite a bit, and you can use it to punch out silver or gold or copper or bronze with our foil paper and add a really nice decorative accent to your project. And finally, the other punch I'm using today is the one that I cut the Hello label out with, and this is called Label Me Fancy, and it looks like this. Okay, I think you can hear the peacock in the background. So I have two peacocks, frankincense and myrrh, and they are making such a racket today. The chickens have been going ballistic. Even the chipmunk is chittering away like mad. My cat is going crazy. I don't know. It's kind of a noisy day here, so forgive me for all the background accompaniment that I have. So anyway, so this punch, let me show you what this one does. looking for a scrap piece of paper. I'll just do it with this. So when you punch with this one, I think you can see that not only does it punch the label, but it also punches a slit that you can put ribbon through, and a little hole, a tiny hole. It looks like maybe a 1/8 of an inch hole. I'm not sure, maybe less, maybe it's a 1/16. But that's the, let me get some white paper behind here. That's what it does. So this is a very nice versatile punch to have, and it also, so you can take these slits, for instance, and you can put those on one or both sides of your label, and you can then thread your ribbon right through there like a buckle. So, you know, let your imagination go with that. There's a lot of things that can happen. Okay, so I think that covers our punches. Now the other thing I want to show you are my basic set of tools. So in this pretty little Moroccan teacup, I keep my snips, a bone folder, a little metal ruler that measures to 6 inches. I have a paper piercer. Excuse me. These are no longer available. This is a retired item, but you can also get the take your pick tool that also has a pointy tip on it that you can use to lift things. And then I have my liquid glue. And I keep that in here upside down so that the glue is always ready to go. And they just fit very nicely in here, and I just keep that off to the side. All right. Oh, and the adhesives. I'm using a lot of glue dots today. If you don't have glue dots, these are really a must-have. And for embellishments, I have the new In Color ribbon, and this is Just Jade. And I'm also using the Gold Glimmer enamel dots, and these are really cute. They come in a lot of different sizes, so you've got at least 4 different sizes here to pick from, and there are, as you can see, a lot of them. I'm not sure what the number count is, but there's a bunch of them in this pack. So let me just clear the decks here a minute. Okay, so I have 2 pieces of paper. I have thick Whisper White, and this is 5.5 by 2 inches. And I have a piece of Just Jade cardstock. This is 4.25 by 1 3/4. And I'm taking my Scalloped tag topper punch, and I'm just going to slip that right into that channel. You may want to cut, this is a 2-inch wide strip, but you might want to just scooch it over to the slightly smaller to make sure that it fits in there okay. And there's your tag topper. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of paper and I'm going to mat it like that using the multi-purpose liquid glue. I think I'm running out a little bit, but we'll see if we can get every last drop out of here. There we go. Now I want to let everybody know that I have a number of additional online classes that I'm going to be offering in June to celebrate the wonderful new products that we have in the new catalog. And if you'd like to learn about what sort of classes I have coming up, just go to dandelioncottagedesign.com and subscribe to notes. And there is going to be a special edition of notes that I'm going to send out in another day or two. And that's going to include the classes that I already offered in the first June notes, as well as 3 more classes. So you don't want to miss out on that. So, and if you're already subscribed, don't worry, you will get the second edition as well. But if you're not subscribed, you must go to notes and send in your email so I can send all that stuff to you. When you do that, you will be asked to, you'll get a second email in your inbox, and it'll ask you to verify your address. And that's just to make sure that you entered your address, and I'll be able to get that to you. So please look for 2 emails from me. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do is take my sprig punch, and I'm just going to punch out 3 of these little sprigs. 1, 2, 3. And using my piercing tool, I'm just going to lift off a glue dot, put that right down here towards the lower junction of these 2 leafy sprigs, and I'm going to place that on the top of my bookmark so that the leaves are not obstructing the area that my ribbon is going to go through. They just sort of straddle it on either side. Uh-oh, where's my glue? I lost a glue dot. There it is. Right, and so this is the same deal. Put that right like that. Okay, so I think you can see that this is free and clear. Alrighty. And now I've got my small bloom punch. Now, if you don't have this punch, one of the classes that I will be adding on is going to include this. So when you get the announcement in notes, look for the class that includes the small bloom punch, and also as an added bonus for the first 7 people, I'm going to give you a copy of this stamp set which coordinates with this punch, and this one is no longer available, but I do have several that I'm giving away. So if that's of interest to you, you want to make sure you get in on that. As part of the class, I'm also going to be showing you how you can make your own DSP using a nice background stamp like this. And in a minute, I'm going to show you on the screen here some of the other bundles with punches that may be of interest to you, because there is a special deal going on this month that if you spend $99 to buy $125 worth of product, which is the starter kit, you will also be able to pick a free bundle to come with your starter kit. So that's a super good deal, and I'm going to talk more about that in a little while. All right, so here I have some scrap pieces of some of the in colors. This is Bumblebee, this is Cinnamon Cider, Marvelous Magenta, Misty Midnight, and Just Jade. All right, and I'm going to be using the small bloom punch to punch out flowers in each of those colors. If you're new to my Facebook page, I just want to let you know that I don't answer comments while I'm live, but I will answer all of your questions and comments once I get off the air. So if there's anything that you'd like to ask me or say, please go ahead and leave the comment for me and I will see it in a little while. And if you're interested in having a catalog, one of the brand new catalogs mailed to you, just send me a message or leave a email or call me, whatever way works best for you, and I will get a new catalog out to you. Okay, so there are my flowers. And the other thing I want to do before we start putting this all together is I want to, okay, I've lost, there it is. Okay, I want to just stamp a hello. So I'm using Garden Green ink today because I haven't gotten my Just Jade ink pad yet. So this is as close as I could get it for the moment. And I'm using the hello from the Forever Fern set. I'm just going to stamp that on there. Oh, that didn't come out so well. Let's do that again. There we go, that's better. And now using the Label Me Fancy punch, I'm just going to punch that out, get that centered in there. Okay, so now I have all my pieces. So I'm going to grab my bumblebee flower, and I'm going to put that right on the top so that it covers up the joining for the sprig punches. And then I'm just going to add the rest of my flowers in a nice little bouquet. So I've got the Marvelous Magenta, Cinnamon Cider, and the Misty Midnight. I'm going to hang on to my Just Jade flower for the moment. And I'm going to take my third sprig and I'm going to, maybe I should zoom you in a little bit. There you go. And I'm going to place this so that it goes a little bit beyond the border of the Just Jade mat that I have there, so that you can see that the irregular outline against the white. I'm adding two more. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use the glue for this. I think I'm finally out now. Okay. So I'm just going to place that. I'm going to slide it under the petal of the Misty Midnight flower and just get that centered on there like so. Okay. Give that a minute. And then I'm going to take my last flower, which is the Just Jade flower, and I'm going to place that so that the petals overlap the white and help that shape to stand out better. And then for the ribbon, I'm only taking about 6 inches, cutting it at a little angle. And then I'm kind of twisting it, folding it over itself and twisting it. And I'm going to take that little point, push that through, and then pull the tails through the loop. Now, what I like to do to make sure, let's get that a little more even. I didn't do a very even job there. There we go. So what I like to do to hold that in place is I like to take another glue dot and I just slip that. All right, before we do that, let me make sure I get this. There we go. I didn't turn it enough, so it wasn't laying flat. Okay. Take those tails and just push them right through there. And then what I do is I take a glue dot and I place that right in the middle there and snug this loop over the top of it, except that it's stuck to my thumb. It's pretty warm here today, so the glue dots are sticking to my fingers. There we go. And that just holds that in place so that your ribbon isn't going to fall out so easily. So that is the basic bookmark. Okay, but I'm going to show you now how you can turn that into a little bit fancier tag. So if I go back to my scrap pieces, I'm going to punch out 2 more of each color. Okay, I think we've got all 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And all I'm going to do is, taking my bone folder, I'm going to start to curl up these petals so they have a nice little bend to them. And I'm not going to do every one because you don't need to see this more than once. But so I get a little cup shape like that. And then on the second one, I'm going to make it even tighter. So I'm going to do the same thing, except now I'm actually going to fold those petals in so that they're all bunched together. And I get a tighter clump like that. All right, and so that one is just going to set into the other one with a glue dot. And I am overlapping. Okay, the glue dot is stuck to my thumb again. It's 80 degrees here today. It's a hot one. So I'm just going to get that in there. Give it a good scrunch. Take another glue dot. And then set that right on my little flower base. And look how cute that is. Now that's pretty good on its own, but we can jazz that up even more by grabbing one of these. I'm going to use the biggest one. This is called the Gold Glimmer Enamel Dot. I'm taking the largest one this time, and I'm putting it right in the center and then scrunching those petals all around it. And so you get a really sweet effect. So you would do that for all of your flowers, and that would make a terrific tag that you could put onto a bouquet of flowers that you're giving to somebody, which is something I'm going to be doing later today. one of my gardening clients and neighbors sadly lost her pet, and a dog that she had had for a really long time, and I'm going to bring her a bouquet and a little gift, and I'll use a tag, except that you know, I'll find one that has a nice sympathy message on it. All right, so that pretty much wraps up today, but before I go, I do want to show you one more thing on the computer, just so that you're aware of this. So as I said, if you decide to join my team this month up until June 30th, and you get this starter kit, which in and of itself is a super good deal because you're getting $125 worth of any products, and I can help you pick out some ones that are particularly good for following along with my classes. You get those $125 worth of product for only $99, but for this month you also get your choice of a bundle, and those bundles can include a stamp set and a die set, or they can include a stamp set and a punch. So I just want to show you online where you can find some of these things. So if you go to let me just get you set up here. Okay, so here we are on the Stampin' Up! Store website. And here is that deal that I was just telling you about. So pick a free bundle, starter kit promotion. So if you want to read more about it, you can do that right here on the front page. But if you click on shop, okay, that's going to take you to this page where there are categories down along the left-hand side. And there's one down here called bundles. And if you click on that, you will find all of these bundles that you can pick from. Okay, so the top part has stamp sets with dies, and then down below, now remember, if you get the dies, you're going to need a die cutting machine and embossing machine. They're not available at the moment, but they will be probably in another couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that. If you want to play it safe, what I would do is I would pick a bundle that has a punch in it. So for instance, I really like this one. This is the Lovely You bundle, and it has this great stamp set that has really nice sentiments on it, and it comes with this extremely versatile punch that enables you to punch out 6 different shapes and sizes. So if we go, so here's an example of some of the punches that you can make with this punch. You can see it's got 2 tracks with 2 different decorative edges that you can select from. And here is the stamp set. So this has wonderful fonts used for the sentiments, and it also has a terrific set of decorative elements that you can use to make your own DSP or decorative paper. You can make wonderful designs with these, and I'll show you that later, maybe even later this month. So that's what I wanted to say about that right now. And also to let you know that the classes that I'm featuring this month are going to be about peonies. So there's going to be the new Peony Suite stamp set, which I can show you as well. Let me get back to that page. Okay, here it is. This is called Peony Garden. So that's what it looks like. And it's available either a la carte, so you can get any of these pieces by themselves, or you can get a bundle which includes the stamp set plus the dies that enable you to do all these things and to make these 3D flowers, which is really interesting. There they are. A lot of different dies in this set. There's the stamp set. Okay, or you can get everything, absolutely everything, and that is the complete suite. So you get the stamps, you get the dies, you get all of the ribbons, the embellishments, you get a embossing folder, and you also get these vellum doilies that look like that you can cut apart and use to make different things. So that's a really big suite, and I will be featuring the stamps and the dies in one of the classes in June, and we're going to combine that with painting with ink. So here are some. This is a watercolor that I did earlier that features peonies. And here is a little card that I also painted in watercolor and used the Marvelous Magenta matte, and I made the little flower with the small bloom punch. And I'm going to show you how you can do the same thing but using Stampin' Up! Inks. Okay, so using, and I'm talking about the refills. All right, so that will all be part of the class, so stay tuned for that. We've got a lot coming up this month. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if you have any questions, please send me an email or a message, and sit tight for the upcoming extra edition to Notes that has all of the additional classes that I'm adding on. I'll see you on Monday for Marvelous Monday. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and just enjoy this beautiful weather. Bye for now.